nation while simultaneously delving into the realm of learning coding, an entirely new endeavor for you. This is the remarkable story of Semeiyan Loina and Lucy Sogomo, two young girls who not only crafted an impressive tech product, but also demonstrated exceptional academic excellence in last year's KCSE. They also credit the guidance of one teacher who supported them, that is Rahab Mwangi. And I had the privilege of chatting with one of them. Take a look. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now, Semeiyan Loina and her partner Lucy Sogomo, who for some unfortunate reason is not able to join us today, despite their young age, achieved remarkable success, earning numerous accolades, and they have developed an application dedicated to supporting young learners dealing with mental health issues. Today, we have the privilege of hosting Semeiyan as our guest. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Unfortunately, Lucy Sogomo couldn't join us today,
yes,
but I'm sure she is proud watching this right now. Tell me, the first time I met you was at the Kenya Innovation Week and you're trying to crack something on your computer. What was that exactly?
Yes, when you had met us, we were trying to develop our website further. Mm-hmm. There were some things we just thought we should add, mm-hmm, like a translator or something. Though our level of coding, we actually got to learn it in 1 year, mm-hmm, so we're not kind of experts. We were in Form 4 at the time, yep, so we had very limited time to learn how to code, and yeah, we were able to do it. Which
and that was last year?
Yes.
In Form 4. Balancing, study work and coding, how's that like?
Well, it's not easy, but if you put your mind and you see a goal and you just go for it, and that's what we were going for. We wanted to find a solution for mental health, and we had to find a way to also balance school life with it. It wasn't easy, per se, but we were able to do it.
Well, yes, I can imagine. So what motivated you to delve into such an application, and especially one that deals with mental health issues?
So basically why we came up with iCare. So we were looking at something like...
That's the name of the app?
Yes, it's called iCare.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it's between COVID-19 and banning of schools that had been taking time during that time. Mm-hmm. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, people were locked in their houses and there was a lot going on. And in Kenya, topics such as mental health isn't really something that's usually brought up. People tend to keep this they keep this to themselves. Something such as, if you have a mental health issue, let's say for depression, there was a depressive period actually during that time because money was something difficult to come by actually during COVID-19. Mm-hmm. So people were going through depression. There was also domestic violence, mm-hmm, going on during that time. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't have an outreach. At this time, we're keeping distance from each other. Mm-hmm. So you can't even go to someone and tell them how you're feeling. It's not even proper according to our cultural norms. Mm-hmm. So also we have the banning of schools. In our school, mm-hmm, unfortunately, there was a banning. And this was due to stress of examinations, okay, you see. But if these students had an outlet or a way to share, yes, what was going on during that, mm-hmm, time, then I don't think we would have had that. We do have counselors, mm-hmm, but the youth of today, and that was the audience we were looking at when developing iCare. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So the youth of today are more into their phones, and the world is going into IT, the internet. Wow. And people are more comfortable sharing how they feel or what they're going through via internet, not face-to-face like this right now. Mm-hmm. People are comfortable with face-to-face meetings. Mm-hmm. So we came up with iCare. So amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so iCare is where you go on this platform and you log in and you basically share what you're going through, and we also raise awareness on mental health, given how I've explained that in Kenya mental health is something new to us, okay, currently. So we're raising awareness on it.
All right. And talking to your teacher, she was taking me through the application and I found it was amazing, to say the least. And I want you to show the viewers, walk us through the key features of your application. That is your laptop right there. Whatever you're doing right there will be cast on the screen. This is the screen. Just take us through the key features of the app. Okay.
So first of all, mm-hmm, I think we'll just start with getting into iCare. Okay. First of all. So we call it iCare's Health. Mm-hmm. .com. Yeah. So when you get into iCare, when you look at it, that we're a mental health partner, There's more on iCare, about us, and what we do, and the services we offer. So we chose to go through with counselors, because when you think of mental health, people think of psychologists and psychiatrists, but we're also raising awareness on counselors. Someone may be going through anxiety, but they will take it to be a serious case and go to a psychologist, which is quite expensive.
Yes.
And you could simply just go to a counselor. For example, Amani Health Center counseling and AMREF offer free counseling, which you could go to for free rather than paying around 50,000 to go see a psychologist for mild anxiety.
Okay.
So back to iCare.
The app, yes.
So you can start first by registering. So as you can see here, we have register as a counselor.
Okay.
So as we have said, we put counselors in here. So there is an area for the counselors to log in, and then there's also for the users. We don't call them patients because we're raising awareness. So anybody who logs in by iCare doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's looking for aid. You can also just be learning about mental health.
Sure, that's amazing.
So for our username, we can say that we're joining in as John.
Yeah.
You put in your password.
Awesome. And you say you achieved all these while still studying for your exams?
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
So as you do that, I'd also want you share with us how you envision this helping students and what kind of impact you probably think it'll have on them. Are we in?
No, we already have someone who's logged in as John.
Okay.
So we'll have to pick in another name.
All right.
This is going to take time.
So that is Semeiyan Loina, who developed an application alongside her partner Lucy Sogomo. They were students at the Moi Forces Academy in Lanet last year. That's the first time I met them at the Kenya Innovation Week. And what she's doing right now, she's trying to log in and walk us through the main features of the application. You've logged in?
Yes, so we've logged in right now. Like I told you, we're raising awareness on mental health. So you don't necessarily have to be a patient. When you scroll down here, we are here saying explore mental health issues. So we explain to you something like depression. What is depression? Anxiety, what is anxiety? Even stress management. We explain all of those further on. And when you see here on your left, the various things that we've put there, we have a forum discussion, which is something we aimed at like being peer support. Okay. You see, people can't just go through a counselor. You know, it's like getting to see people who are facing what you're also facing. I might be going through anxiety, and you've probably been able to cope with anxiety and you've overcome it. So now in the forum discussion, these people are able to discuss on this further. Let's see, depression. When I click on depression, you can see that there's someone here who's posted on depression. And they're basically asking a question on depression. We have bipolar disorder. All right. Stuff like that. And there's so many because there's a lot on mental health. And also there's requesting for a counselor because this is also counseling. You select a topic and there are many. Yeah. All of them about mental health. Yes, they are all related to mental health. I've seen mental health at the workplace. Yes. So it's not just for students, right? It's not just for students. It's also, we also thought about, since I was in a military school, we thought also about our military personnel and the police force, and also bringing in other industries such as the aviation industry and many more. Because at the workplace, if someone is undergoing, I've used depression a lot, we can talk about stress. Yeah. Because people do have stress at work. Someone might not have been paid 3 months due, but is still expected to go to work. That is still a major issue, and it can make someone go through a lot, which is not really nice. All right. And that's why today's show is called The Future of Tech, because I'm sitting right next to the future tech leaders. What are some of the challenges that you went through coming up with this app? Learning how to code. That's one of the challenges. I was a computer student. So I was enthusiastic about IT, but my partner, Lucy, she did home science. So something like coding was new to both of us, so we had to learn how to code with Python. We had to understand Java, Flask, the various things we used there, PostgreSQL, and we used Visual Base to learn how to code. Though we did have a mentor, but most of the work we also had to do ourselves. So learning how to code and develop the website, buying of a domain for this, it did take a lot of work. That was the most difficult part.
And have you received some user feedback from guys the users who use this platform?
Well, we tested it on our schoolmates, and they did have feedback. So what we want to do currently is to be able to collaborate, because what we want to do here is offer free counseling.
Okay.
That was our first idea, but I don't think we'll be able to offer it for free. So we use the St. Mary's logic, where when you're going to St. Mary's and you want to have counseling with the doctor, you pay 100 shillings. So that was our aim, because in Kenya it's almost 50,000 for counseling. But luckily we have counseling centers that offer for free. Like I mentioned, Amref and Amani, but currently we're in talking terms with Amani, so we can be able to collaborate with Amani Counseling, and they'll be able to offer us their counselors, so that we can be able to reach out to more people.
Do you have future plans for the app? Any upgrades or any more features that you think you'll add to the app to make it even better?
I can show you something that we're currently working on.
Okay.
On that button, the donate. So this is what we're working on right now, but still we have to get with mobile networks, so that we can be able to, this is for, let's say someone can't afford that counseling, the 100 shillings. So someone is able to donate some money, and for whoever won't be able to afford the 100 shillings, they'll be paid for. So currently it's still in coding, but I can write here 1,000 that I would like to donate. And if I right-click donate now, it brings in that prompt. So we're still working on it. And yeah, we do hope for the best of it. Even this other one for companies. So the company one, which is still we are working on, for companies like, let's say right now, TV47, if you like your co-workers and your workers to go for counseling, you can incorporate this in your company, and you just pay, and now we offer counseling to your workers. You just pay for all of them, and it's good.
Wow. Semeiyan, what advice will you have for your peers or young learners or young people like you who probably would want to venture into coding or pursue this as a career, and especially on mental health issues? What advice will you have for them?
On advice? Well, what I can tell them is to not give up. Because the minute you say you can't do it, then you won't be able to do it. You have to keep on pushing yourself and working towards it, because nothing is difficult. If you were able to learn coding in a span of 4 months, then I don't think there's anything really difficult out there. Because the word impossible, if you put it in a positive perspective, it means I'm possible. So there's not, that word impossible technically doesn't exist.
That's very powerful. So what has the project, what impact has the project had on you personally?
Well, personally, I underwent bullying in high school, and I could have just sat down and cried about it and been depressed and begged my mother to make me leave the school. But we came up with the app. We changed that negativity into something that will be able to benefit us and be useful. So we came up with an app that will be able to help people like us who are undergoing this type of bullying and be able to share it. Because we felt like if I go share this with the counselor who's in school, you're insecure, you don't know, maybe this teacher could go and tell someone else, or it will spread. So we developed an app which you can feel safe in it, a safe environment. All
right. So as we wrap up, any final thoughts, any advice, some more advice from you again, as we wrap this up?
Well,
to our audiences, to our viewers.
Any advice?
Even a parting shot.
Well, what I would advise is for the youth to be more active in coming up with ideas, because they do have ideas, and there are various platforms for the youth to showcase their ideas. And such a show like this one is actually quite motivating for them. So they should not fear for what they come up with. There's no bad idea. An idea is a good idea. All
right, and I'm sure the director will be kind enough to cast again whatever is on your laptop on the screen. It is iCares Health. iCares, is it iCares Health?
Yes.
That's the domain name, icareshealth.com.
Yes.
So anyone who wants to access the platform just goes to icareshealth.com and they'll get the services. Thank you so much, Semeiyan, Loina, for joining us today.
Thank you too.
And as well, thank you to your partner for unfortunate reason, unavoidable circumstances, could not join us for this conversation. Lucy Sogomo, thank you so much for, accepting our invite. Thank you to viewer for watching. That has been Semeiyan Loina, who together with Lucy Sogomo developed an app to help young people, navigate through the challenges that come with mental health issues. Thank you so much. That's it. That's it indeed. The girls are only 18, I have to mention. They've been working with strategic partners like Amani Healthcare, AMREF, but they expressed interest off camera, of course, to work with strategic partners, other strategic partners, and especially university, tech hubs or incubation hubs. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Disruptive Friday. My name is Eric Munene. Our sign language interpreter has been Rhoda Nyamai. Good night. God bless.